Lenny Dykstra, man, center field for the New York Mets, part of the 86 Mets, the Philadelphia Phillies, part of the memorable 93 bunch, three-time All-Star, won a World Series in 86, tough, straight, upsetting, strangely beautiful, one of the best sports autobiographies I've ever read. It comes from the heart, Stephen King. As far as autobiographies go, what can I say? Nailed it. Jack Nicholson and nails Lenny Dykstra. He joins us talking about his brand new book, House of Nails. Lenny, how are you?
All right, thanks for having me. I like that intro there. That's pretty tall statements right there.
It was very good to read that and the book as a whole, and watch you play here in Philly, where a lot of people listening really grabbed onto your style of play, and then you write a lot about in the book. You know, what first off, what makes you decide to write this book? We've all heard of the ups and downs of Lenny Dykstra, so why does Lenny Dykstra decide, now's the time I'm going to put this all pen to paper?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a great question, because I have been asked to write a book a lot, and I just wasn't ready to put it all out there, because it's kind of like when I played, you know, like when I play one way, the right way. I mean, so if I'm going to write a book, I had to be prepared, and I had to, you know, talk to my family and let them know, like, it's going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's got to be all of it, and so I pretty much, you know, laid out there. But I mean, it's a book about, you know, a baseball player, but really not about baseball per se. It's a roller coaster ride of a life, and again, somehow I'm still above ground to talk about it, you know.
Lenny Dykstra with us now. Lenny, bear with me. I'm talking memorable moments in your baseball career, but before we get to that, I know that of those 81 home games in 93, as a young college kid, I probably covered 75 of them. And if I do this wrong, stop me and tell me, but I think Macho Row was Darren Dalton and his recliner. He got 2 lockers. Then I think it was Pete Incaviglia, then Mikey, Dave Hollins, then I believe yourself, then Kruk. Is that right?
That's it, man. That was a row right there, man.
So what are some of your memorable moments from your All-Star career and of that row and those guys, playing with those guys?
Well, I mean, look, the bottom line is we made that Mets, you know, people talk about the 86 Mets team as being like some wild and crazy. I mean, we made them look like school children compared to, you know, our 93 team. I mean, look, no one wanted to come to the vet. I mean, the fans there, we flipped the city upside down. We went from last to first, and having those fans out there every night playing on that cement pit, man, and people just wanted out, and we could feel it, and the thing about us is we played the game right, you know, and I think that's what the fans appreciated. I mean, there's excitement. We weren't talking to the other team. Like nowadays, I see, looks like they're asking each other to go to a Sunday brunch or something, you know. I mean, it's like, well, it was serious business, and that's how it should be, because you're playing at the highest level for a lot of money, and people pay a lot of money to watch you play. So that's how we played, and that's how we rolled every day.
Lenny Dykstra's with us. The book, House of Nails. It's a memoir of life on the edge. Lenny, you know, 86 Mets, we just saw the Doc and Darryl. It chronicles a wild time there. But how did your career change with the 93 Phillies? Because really, you know, on those Mets teams, Doc and Darryl, they were the big names. When you got to Philly, you became the big name. So how did that change your playing career?
That's actually a great question, because, like, I wasn't, like the cocaine and stuff you hear about, no players knew about that. I didn't even know what cocaine was when I was with the Mets. I mean, I had beers, or a few beers, but, I mean, it's going to sound crazy, but, I mean, there wasn't this wild, crazy party. We just had a great team and won. But, so you're right. So I was just a young guy, kind of glad to be there and doing my part and learning. And then when I got to the Phillies, I was a Keith Hernandez, or I was a guy, and, you know, and Dalton and Kruk. So it was a lot different, because I could fill anybody's prescription without having to go to the doctor, you know. Meaning it's a joke, by the way.
I was laughing.
I was waiting for you to continue with something. I was like, I think Lenny's telling us something really good right here.
You know, I was like a pharmacist. I mean, like, we did whatever we had to do to get on the field, man. And you know, we paid for it later, but I got to tell you, that was probably one of maybe the most fun season I've ever had in baseball. Just to be able to to get those fans, because, you know, the Philly fans, man, I mean, they know what's going on. For some of the few fans, them and New York fans will actually cheer when a guy's on second base and the guy gets the ball to the right side and gets him over with no outs, because they know that he's doing his job. So, anyways, yeah, it's a year we'll never forget, and, you know, over 3 million people came.
Including that 3:31 in the morning or 4:41 in the morning game where the doubleheader and Mitchie Poo and all those things. Hey, what memories do you have of Harry Kalas, Lenny?
Oh, man, this Harry Kalas is the all-time best. I mean, greatest, not only announcer. I mean, the first time I really heard Harry Kalas from a serious standpoint was when I was actually playing with the Mets, and we were in Philly. And Davey Johnson takes me out after the first. I get a hit, and he takes me out. And I said, like, what? And so I go up the runway and hear Harry the K on there saying, a lot of action today at the vet. Initials are LD. So I said, I just got traded. So I got traded actually to the Phillies, the next clubhouse. So then me and Harry became buddies, and me and Harry partied together, man. We actually dropped trout with like chicks and jacuzzis. And this guy could just, he was ready to go. Talk about the real pro, man. He was one of the great talents and guys in all of sports ever.
Lenny Dykstra's with us. The book, again, it's called House of Nails, a memoir of life on the edge. Lenny Dykstra, he tells, as he said, it's about a baseball player, but not really about baseball, because you talk about life after baseball. Now, everybody talks about, you talk a lot in the book about the steroids and all those allegations and you know, why you kind of explain why you made that decision. You know, when I guess at that point, it's either you're in the middle or you just make this decision to jump to the top. I mean, was it something that you wrestled with, or was it an easy decision?
Well, it wasn't. It was nothing I wrestled with, because what happened was, So I told the Mets I needed to play every day. You can't get paid, and if you're not, I mean, plus you want to play every day. I know I could play every day. So they finally traded me, and you know, midway through the '89 season, and so I kind of came out of the gates and hitting, you know, 300, and then I literally, like, physically wore down. I mean, like, I was like 150, man. So like the wind could knock me over. So what I had to do is, you know, Lee Thomas, the general manager at the time, said, look, we're going to give you all a 90. You're going to lead off every day. You don't have to look at the lineup. So I knew, you know, 1990 was going to be the year that's going to pretty much keep me on the map or off. So I was living in Mississippi. People, they actually lived there. And, yeah, I was. And so I pulled up the old pages. I found a doctor. Now, I didn't know what he was going to give me.
Wow.
I just told him my dilemma. I said, look, I don't need you to teach me how to hit. I can hit, but I'm a little guy. I'm 5'9". I need to be able to have the same endurance and strength in July, August, and September. And so he wrote me a prescription for medicine called Decadurabolin, which is a steroid. And he told me to go to Rite Aid. And by the way, it wasn't illegal then either. It was '89. And he said, when you come back, I'll show you how to do it. So I go back to his office, and there's the harpoon waiting for me.
Wow.
And boom, and well, let's see what happened next. So cover Sports Illustrated, leading the league in hitting, all-star team, and led the league in hits. I don't think that's a coincidence. I mean, the bottom line is it put me in a position to withstand the whole schedule. And no, I'm not recommending kids do it or anything like that, but this is what I had to do for myself to stay in the big leagues, compete against these guys that I just really didn't have an advantage against physically, you know?
Knowing all the stuff, I know you got to go, Lenny, but knowing all the stuff of what happened, if you had to make that decision again, would you do it?
Absolutely.
Lenny Dykstra, the book full of dirt and wild stories on drinking, drugs, groupies, the works. It's got baseball. It's got stories afterwards. You guys got to go out there. The beach time, go to the beach, bring
Absolutely.
it with you. House of Nails, Lenny Dykstra. Dude, take care, pal.
Thanks, Lenny.
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
You got it. Lenny Dykstra, everybody.